Hi guys, in this video I'm going to cover basic input and output of a program, and I do this by using an example program where I prompt the user to enter two integers. I calculate the sum of the two integers, and finally I output the result to the console. So since I want to perform addition of two integers, I need to declare two integers. So let's call them number1 and another integer number2. So this is the variable declaration here. I don't initialize them just yet because I want the user to decide what should be stored in those two variables. So here I do input. First of all, I prompt the user to import number1. So I output the string number1 colon, and then on the output the program would just wait, and here I read in, cin is console in, into my number1 variable. So cout, this pushes the string out to the console, so it displays on the console, and then cin, I read from the console whatever the user entered into my number1 variable. So if I run this here, you can see number1 is shown, and if I put 3 and hit enter, this would read it into my number1 variable. So at that point, number1 would store 3. Next, I do the same again, number2 colon, read it into number2 variable, and the same thing happens. The user can select a variable that the program will read in, and the program will read it into the number2 variable. Next, here I use declaration and initialization. And what I do here is I call the variable sum. So this won't just be the declaration, but instead of the semicolon, I also initialize it. And I don't initialize it to a hard-coded value, but instead I take number1 plus number2. So I say, I tell the computer essentially to take the value that is stored in number1, add it to the value that is stored in number2. Now we take the two values, add it together, and once we have the sum, we assign it here or initialize it to the variable named sum. And this will store then the result. And then next, I output the result by doing cout sum colon. So this is just a string, the plain text that I want to show. And then I output the value that is stored in sum and add a end line. So this one is not in quote, so it will see this is a variable. Oh, I go to that variable, take the value and output it. So let's run our program again. We see our number1. I input 8, hit enter. This will read 8 into number1. Then it will do the same. It will prompt me to enter number2. So let's enter 4. I hit enter. It read 8, added 4 to it as 12, stores 12 in sum, and then it will output the text sum colon with a space after this, and then read the value from the variable sum and output it. And here I program a small program that does input and output and does some basic arithmetic as well. So thank you for watching.